Bruce, welcome to NAMM 2020, the Dolby Lounge here.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and your experience in the music industry.
Well, both my parents were musicians, and I used to go to sessions as a little one, and was more fascinated with what was happening on the other side of the glass than I was to play. So in high school, I recorded all the local orchestras and choirs and stuff like that. And then got an apprentice job working for free at Liberty Records, where they did the Chipmunks and the Ventures, and was there for 2.5 years and didn't get paid a dime, but I didn't care.
Nice.
And I got done, I left, walked down the street into a place called Sunset Sound Recorders. And told a few stories to the owner, Tony Camarada, and he hired me, and that's where I made my bones. And then moved into movies later on, and done a lot of surround. So moving into Atmos was really nice, a very comfortable pair of shoes to get into.
Fantastic. So, I mean, you've worked in some of the top studios in the world with some of the artists that have defined genres. What's excited you about working in Atmos, and have you adapted it to any of those genre-defining artists?
Yeah, and one in particular with the Doors from the LA Woman album, their last album. I took Riders on the Storm and added some dialogue, and then was able to do the rain and surround, and the thunder moves up ahead, so you actually get the feeling like you're outside. So that was the first venture for them. But we have a lot of plans to take them and go, especially with some of the live things. I mean, we did the Hollywood Bowl, Live at the Hollywood Bowl, which was a concert from 1968, which you saw at your place, and remixed that for Atmos, and then at my studio, and then finalized it up in Skywalker.
Oh, wonderful.
So, but I love what I'm able to do with Atmos. We're one of the first movies that I worked on for a major studio was Star Trek: The Motion Picture. And all these years later, we're going to restore it. And I unwrapped the 16-track masters, and they make a beautiful Atmos recording. So we're going to do that. That's going to be very exciting. The fans will love to hear V'ger.
Absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. So Riders of the Storm ended up on Tidal.
Actually, it's on Amazon.
On Amazon as well.
HD 3D. And
wonderful.
It's only been out there about a week, and it's in the top 20. So
fantastic. Well, that's great to hear. So have you been working with any of the headphone experience?
Yes, a lot.
Okay, and how are you finding it?
Well, I find it important.
You can be honest.
I have to be honest. It's important to do.
Yes.
To hear what the renderer does and how you've got near, mid, and far.
Right.
You know where you're putting things, and comparing it to an original stereo.
Okay.
Which I can do on my console, switch back and forth. And then it gives us a little bit of the advantage of the old Dolby LTRT, where we mixed through it, and it forced you to do certain things, and then when you opened it up, it was a beautiful mix.
Nice.
So I'm finding the same thing in Atmos when I open it up. But I'm also finding that you have to be cautious with the near, mid, and far, because when you go back into the full immersion, things can change. Like the vocal can get louder.
Right.
You know, things like that. So trying to find a middle ground, if not do two separate renders. One for the stereo, for the binaural, and one for the surround.
Okay. Well, you know, as a Dolby employee, I'm going to say that you know, the one encode is a good thing, because once it decodes, it's going to make benefit of any future advances. But everybody's going to work through these things in different ways. So
I agree. The interesting thing is I have one of these little guys over here.
Oh,
and I take all my mixes.
Okay.
And I pull them off and play them.
Oh, great. So you're doing that direct from the renderer with the MP4 export?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing an export.
Okay, wonderful.
And then I put that on a hard drive, and then trying to think of the program that I use. There's one called Vox and Ariana.
Okay.
And I can put all the songs in order.
Nice.
And hit play.
Okay.
And listen off of this. And I love the way this thing decodes.
Okay, right.
Very cleanly.
Good. Well, there's a lot of Dolby processing in there that we've worked very hard with them on, so it's great to hear that it's benefiting.
Well, it's good because normal stereo has a lot of out-of-phase conditions that this thing will spread out.
Okay, yeah.
And when you got it properly encoded, you don't have any of that. Things come where they're supposed to be.
Cool. Well, that's great. So, what's next for you in Atmos Music World?
Well, I just finished an album from Mumford & Sons.
Oh, great.
And I have another one to do.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what's happening. And I have a lot of Doors stuff to do because I'm pushing, the record company is really pushing. Warner's want material.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you've been working with both Universal Music Group and Warner Music Group on their catalogs and some frontline stuff as well. I hope you can define that and drive the next generation forward.
Well, I hope so. I'm looking forward to the new renderer that has the media meter built in.
Yeah,
that is a great step forward. And if we get to the point where we can master with it, that'll be even better.
Fantastic.
So
you mentioned the levels. Is that helping you to get content through, or is it a hindrance?
You mean levels in the binaural sense?
Yeah, binaural in generally the mix.
Yeah, I mean you can't just do one. I don't believe.
Okay.
I think you really have to. That's why we have one of these too.
Right.
I want to hear it in every mode, whatever it is, to know what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Because once it leaves me and it goes out to the world, I have no control.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, it's been like that in movies,
that
I've been doing for a long time.
Yeah, one of the things that I really liked about your studio was the immense rack of gear, but there was both so a lot of analog processing, the digital workstations with Pro Tools, but there's also consumer playback systems built right in.
Well, I mean, even in the just stereo mode, where we would burn a CD, when you played it off the CD, it was like, what? And the same thing when we cut vinyl. I do a lot of vinyl today, which is fabulous. I would love to be able to encode it into vinyl and decode it, but I don't think that'll ever be possible.
Well, never say never, but there's smarter people than me at Dolby, so we can only hope. Well, Bruce, thank you for taking the time. Good luck with your presentation with Robbie later, and
thank you.
Excited to hear what comes next.
And I'm really happy to be a part of this venture. It's dangerous and exciting.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for taking the time. Cheers.